welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie Alice, and today I want to talk about mental health. Since it's Mental Health Awareness Month here in the month of May, and mental health is something that I really find fascinating and interesting. I thought I should touch on it because, yeah, we all need we all need to hear this and we all need to learn. So most of you know that I wrote a book on mental health, and I was thinking, like, pondering, like, what could I share that I haven't said before? And I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know. But then I got to think about it critically, and I was like, okay, as much as I said that I wrote a book, and yeah, people nowadays are not so keen to reading. So I was like, why not talk about the book? Like, why not share it with you on my YouTube channel? So here's my book spoken. Yeah, here's my book shared with you in the spoken language. And today I want to start with something very simple. I'm gonna call them truths about life. So here we go. We have 7 truths, according to me. Yeah, according to me, many people have different truths, and a truth is something that cannot be disputed. Like, well, you might dispute it, but that's true to me, of course. And in the book, I really encouraged people to, like, be autonomous and think for yourself. Like, let me not make all the decisions for you. Yes, you can think about it, and yeah, I can't find them. So just give me a minute to open the page. Yeah, so in chapter 6, here's the truth you've been looking for. So we have truth number 1: nobody knows everything. Is it true or not? Yeah, nobody knows everything. Literally nobody, like, except God, perhaps. Yeah, God is all knowing. But for us humans, actually, nobody knows everything. So I believe, like, we need each other, because at the end of the day, we need to consult with each other. Someone is always better than you. I think that is also a truth here. And yeah, literally nobody knows everything. So let me see what I wrote. So children have a sweet way of thinking that their parents are supreme encyclopedias that they can rush to any other time to get answers. Ooh, is that true? Yeah, that is so true. Like, for some reason, like, children think that their parents are superhuman. So yeah, like, they're all knowing, but once you get to grow up, you get to realize that they're just as human as you. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do, but yeah, nobody knows everything. To truth number 2: life moves on if you're ready or not. Hmm. That is the sad thing about life, yeah? That is the sad thing about life. And I keep wondering, like, what happens after I'm gone? Like, yeah, will the people I love, like, stay put and stop their lives for me? No, no, that is the harsh reality, that when you're down, when you're up, when you're sick, when you're not, like, life literally moves on. Like, COVID happened, stuff happened, and look at us, like, 1 year later, it's like we look back and you're like, did that really happen? Like, it's so elusive, like, things just happen in a snap, and we're gone, and we're moving on to the next, like, we're on to the next, on to the next. Uliambiwa watu wanaoga na wanarudi, so yeah. But other than that, like, life literally moves on so fast, and I'm like, okay, nobody will pause for you. Nobody will have the pause button, and yeah, the pause and the stop. Yeah, so it's about time that we realize this, and yeah, keep pushing forward, because life doesn't wait for anyone. Yeah. And then the truth number 3 is that we all die. Mm. Yeah, immortality. But that is where we find comfort in religion. Yeah. As Christians, we believe that there's life after death. Okay, for those who believe, yeah. So, so I read a quote a few days ago. That life, life life is what? No, life is awesome, but death is peaceful. Yeah, it's the transition that is troublesome. Yeah, so as much as we fear death, it's coming. It's coming. Looking back, I can't believe that I'm this grown because I still remember like my first day of nursery school. I went to Mahavir Nursery and I remember getting to the gate and I was like, I wanted to go back home. Like, I literally ran. Like everyone started running after me, and then we had this teacher called Mrs. Alka. I if I can remember well, Mrs. Alka. Yeah, she was Indian, or yeah, of that line race. She took me and then showed me some pictures in a very beautiful book, and I was convinced, yeah, I'll stay here. But you see, as in looking back, I can't believe all those years have passed. A lot has happened, and with each day that passes, you're actually getting closer to the grave. So yeah, that's a truth. That's a truth. And then truth number 4 is that everyone is running their own race. Yeah, yeah. And in the age of social media, it's actually very difficult to define your race because you're in constant comparison with others. Yeah, you're like, at 22, he did this and that and that and the other. So it's important that we find a balance because constant comparison is the killer of very good things. And yeah, let me just see what I wrote under that. In as much as humans tend to be social beings, we were also meant to be individual entities. Ooh, was that me? Was that me? Yeah, it was me. Our individuality starts right from birth, but is strengthened, but is strengthened by growth and maturity. As we grow, we forge our ways out of our parents' nests to explore life in other view of independence. Yeah, in other view of independence. Yeah, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like, like the more we become dependent, is the more we become individual entities. Yeah, we become more individual entities as we continue becoming as in grown adults. Like, yeah, things you depend your parents to help you with right now, like you're like, okay, I can do this on my own, I can do this on my own. And growth comes with responsibility. I think responsibility also forges independence. And then yeah, yeah, human beings are meant to be autonomous in some way. Like, yeah, you're meant to be your own person. Yeah, that is why you have things such as personality. You have, like, we have you. Who am I before I am someone's daughter, I am someone's sister. Yeah, yeah, I believe that is what I meant. So growth is so personal. Yeah, growth is so personal. You need to find it. You need to reach a moment of self-realization. Yeah, self-realization. And I think that is one of the things. Yeah, self-realization is the same as self-awareness, I guess. So yeah, you need to reflect and realize who you are as you are running your own race. And then there's number 5, there's always better. There's always someone better, just like I said. Like, there's always, hata ukuwe mrembo aje nani, there's always someone better. Like, there's always someone prettier, always someone kinder, nicer. Even the baddest, there's always someone better than bad. Yeah, there's always someone better than bad. So there's always someone better, and you just need to be humble and sit down. Yeah, be humble, sit down. So yeah, to number 6, time flies, so should you. Of course, like, ilikuwa juzi tu, you are like 2 years old and now you are such a grown up, and time flies. I mean, I was at a family gathering a few months ago, and I was like, dude, I'm not going to sit around my family because for some reason I was like, I'm not ready to answer the question of umekuwa mkubwa. Okay, how am I supposed to respond to that? I was like, okay, so I'll just take a back seat, sit uko nyuma where I'll be the one watching and not them watching me like the other way around. So yeah, I'm kind of antisocial sometimes. But I know I was like, okay, sitaki stress, yeah. Oh, uko class gani? Okay. Please. Sometimes it's so hard to answer such questions. So yeah, time flies. Everyone is growing older, everyone is growing. Um yeah, people are just diversifying. And yeah, let me see what I wrote on that. We said that every moment of every day is precious. We are constantly battling between living in the moment and living for the future, while what we ought to do is make every moment count. Man, isn't that heavy? Like, sometimes you're like, live in the moment, live in the moment. Enda sherehe, fanya nini, enda out, take snaps. And you're like, man, I also need to save for my future. I need to like work. I need to, as in, how do we even find the balance? Yeah, how do you find the balance? And to me, the balance comes in making every moment count, whether you're living in the moment or living for the future. As in, it's just about making the moment count. Like right now, I'm feeling like this will probably change someone's life. So to me, this moment will count. Yeah. So I think that is very important. Yeah. What you ought to do is make every moment count. I mean, that is, yeah, like problem solved. Like whether you're living for the future or living in the moment, just make it count. Yeah. And the last truth about life is that happiness is relative. Hmm. What do you mean by relative? Something just came to mind right now, the relativity theory, but I don't know if they apply. You go do your research and then you leave it down there in the comment section. But yeah, life is relative, is different for everyone. So is happiness. Like happiness is relative. What gives you happiness may not necessarily be what makes me happy as an individual. So yeah, let me see. Simply put, one man's meat is another man's poison. Yeah. Yeah. Simple and clear. Like what brings you happiness may not necessarily bring me happiness, because we are different in personality, in nature, in upbringing, in social status, class, whatever. Yeah, you name it, like it's all different. So that is very true, and I agree. And this is interesting that no matter how much DNA we share, we always turn out to be so different. Yeah. Look at siblings, look at twins. Yeah. Twins, I mean, like you'd expect them to like different, the same things, but they end up totally different. Yeah, I mean, life is so personal. At the end of the day, life is so personal, and well, you just embrace it. Like I said, in the constant battle of living for the moment and living for the future, we ought to just make the moments count. And that is it for today's episode. See you next time when we are reviewing my book. I hope you liked the 7 points that I've given. And if you maybe have something to add, some truths that I have not mentioned, because I know truths are very many. And these are just but a few of the truths that I live by, like some principles that I follow. And yeah, you just feel free to add them on the comment section below. I think I'm getting hungry, so I'd rather go eat and yeah, continue the shoots later. So I love you guys. Remember, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, so let's push this. Like, share, subscribe, and yeah, see you in my next video, which is dropping in a few because I'm putting all of them today. Give you my secret. Bye.